Today's Christmas review is a series of the Santa Clauses. In this case, season one. We'll take a look at the other one tomorrow. And this season takes place, I think, 16 years after the events of Santa Claus 3, where Santa, aka Scott Calvin, as time as Santa is no longer the same as it was, as no one believes him anymore, and his powers are not working anymore to jump into chimneys and fireplaces anymore. And so the elves thought about that he should retire. Though Santa was initially against it, and so was Noel, his buddy elf. But I feel like it was the ultimate decision to do. And he decides to give the mantle of the Santa to a game designer named Sam, and he decides to make everyday Christmas. And Scott Calvin and his wife Carol Newman came as Claus, and their kids Sandra and Buddy, okay, Calvin, stay on the real world for a while, with Sandra making friends with animals and Calvin meeting Riley and having some game night. But they must find a way to stop Sam, before he trying to make Christmas every day, and also before he can burn the coat. And I thought this was a perfect way to continue the Santa Claus franchise. So I thought the plot, the story, and the characters are very, very well done. Of course, Scott and Carol still does incredible performances and those roles, of course. And the new characters like Buddy, Calvin, and Sanja are very fun characters, where their character journey, experiencing the real world and being not a wonderful son and daughter of Santa and Miss Claus, and them enjoying what they had in the real world, like Sandra with talking animals and Calvin with Riley. It's actually really good, and I thought they give wonderful performances, especially Calvin. He's hilarious, and the actor seems to have a really great time in the role. I'm really happy for him that he has fun. And Sandra is a little bit sadder and more quieter, but she gets a little, kind of like, little moody, but she still is a lot of fun. I thought Sam, who's sort of the antagonist of this season, but not the villain, is actually kind of interesting. Where he designs to make, where he's a game designer that saw the Santa sleigh in the sky and trying to tell his employees about this, but then no one believed him. Then he was hired to become the new Santa. At first he didn't want to, but then later he decided to do it. But the way his job goes is not great. He wants to make Christmas every day, and he doesn't care much about the code that's important to Santa lore. Uh, and I thought his redemption arc, where he has a sad scene with Grace, his daughter, and I thought overall he was a very decent character. I also thought seeing the return of Bernard fully as an adult, as Santa goes with Charlie, were fun cameos. I like seeing them again. I thought the episode 5, I think, where Scott has a talks with the Santa that fell off the roof, and how he met him before as a child. And I thought that was a very wonderful episode, and him interacting with the Santa that was before Scott. was actually kind of cute and awesome to see. I'm not gonna lie, I liked it a lot. One of my favorite scenes of the show overall. Um, and overall, Santa Claus season 1 is a solid welcome return to the Santa Claus series. I really enjoyed it a lot, so I hope you should check it out on Disney Plus for December. So that is it for Santa Claus season 1. Merry Christmas to Mel and Aaron Mitchell again, and stay tuned for tomorrow where our last review for the Santa Claus franchise is coming.